to kind of see things, maybe a little bit of upsets along the way, but these two being in the driver's seat for Winners Finals definitely checks out. It's going to be fun to see. You got Richter and you got Steve. Pretty fun one.
Yeah, this is like one of those things. I don't know. I mean, we've seen Bulborbbob like take some big wins recently, you know, in region, a little bit out of region too. But I don't know. I feel like Squidplumber is playing hot tonight.
Yeah.
And it's really starting to show. He's feeling confident going into this. I can tell. He's got this aura about him. I can tell he's like coming out for blood right now. So we'll see.
I will say, though, Squid is a little bit disadvantaged because the matchup experience isn't necessarily there. We have a couple of newer, solid teams in Maryland, but not nearly any to the caliber of Bulborbbob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only Steve from Maryland that I can think even comes to mind is Nope, who was here today and placed 13th.
Okay.
Nova, Cool Cows, Sunfish, Speed District 14, a couple of players.
And Nova's from Virginia, hence the name. So,
right.
Yeah, we're going to immediately go into small battlefield on this game one. I like this pick. Very neutral.
Yeah, I could see it. I mean, if you look at the platforms, that's something kind of the Belmonts want to do bread and butter. You don't want to lock it down. You want to throw out all those projectiles. Out the gate, though, Bulborbbob getting some good percentage and making it difficult for Squidplumber to find some traction. But Squidplumber evening up pretty quickly. And now we're just going back to the usual song and dance of what you expect.
No, that's the thing about this matchup. I mean, you expect a lot of creativity from Steve, you know, the infinite possibility of this character. But at the same time, Squidplumber, you know, he's such a creative Belmont player, too. Always tries to mix things up, but goes for his bread and butters when he knows he's going to get something good. He knows he's going to get a big reward off of it.
He
but
knows how
might
to
be a
run
little
the
bit too
anvil.
risky there, going for that. And the anvil, of course, the anti-juggle tag right there.
Talk about what he knows. Does he know about that?
Oh,
That
yeah.
tool is like something that you cannot be greedy with.
Yeah, any sort of point when you're up on the higher side of the screen, you're definitely going to have to look out for that in some way. But here, Squidplumber sort of kind of reeling back a little bit before kind of throwing out that F smash over here.
If I'm Squidplumber, I'm worried a little bit about this percentage getting racked up on your stock. You're kind of bleeding a little bit here. If you can get this stock, hopefully in the next like 2-3 interactions, you're sitting pretty. But back throw's still not going to do it. Now you're just keeping the pressure up. As long as Bulborbbob is in the corner, you can just kind of vibe and play your game.
And as we say that, we almost lose our corner here, but that's up B, not going to quite take it on the side of Squidplumber.
It feels like percents don't matter against the Belmonts. Like it
Yeah.
really does. They're gonna you're gonna live to 180 against this character all the time, and then every now and then it could die at 160 or it could die at 60.
Yeah,
You never know when Belmont's gonna exit stage last.
But at the
Very
same time,
volatile.
it's like those rinse and repeats. Like, okay, I'm able to get this edge guard. It's like, oh, I can do all of these things over and over and over again. But mix up the timings, mix up the order of which you're doing. And you know, Squidplumber seems to be finding a few wins here, but its high percent has got to stay alive.
Order of operations and mixing up your layers is huge here, for sure. And at this point, if I'm Squid, I'm playing a little bit more defensive. We're trying to hold on to this stock. You could maybe use the rage to your benefit, but you got to start racking up a little bit of percentage to keep yourself moving somehow.
We're going to eat a diamond back air, but we're actually going to survive on that. That is Squidplumber living at 152, barely getting off of the side blast zones on small.
How, by the way?
No, literally. How are we doing that? We've got the power of like our sense back air, okay?
But without any of the lag.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go. You disappeared in a blink and an eye. And
Okay, see, now we die at 150.
Yeah, and this is tough because you have another diamond too, right? Like you have all the resources you need. You've got gold, empowered minecart is on the table. There's so much you can do here, and Squidplumber is still just trailing behind, struggling to get enough percent to take the second stock here.
what's dangerous is that if you're not on the driver's seat like Squid is right now, you really have to make up this deficit. You don't get to play your normal game plan. If you're Bulborbbob, you're sitting pretty. You have diamond on hand. You have a diamond in reserve. You have a couple of iron to play around with. You are sure you have a lot of percentage right now, but you're still cruising.
Yeah. Kind of just playing around this right side platform here on small battlefield.
These parries are worrisome.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's even
well,
more worrisome.
Looney Tunes.
Thrown into the contraption, just barely avoiding the NIL up smash.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Eating an axe to the face, Bulborbbob. Now we're on even stocks, 0 to 97. Now, Squidplumber is just slowly going to sort of try to rack up this chip damage, and that's going to be the game plan that's going to actually be able to get him to secure this game one. But you're fighting against Steve with Diamond right now. Things are not looking pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty much one solid hit is going to do you in, so you just have to be a
Ooh,
little
like
bit
that.
careful. But
Yeah.
no, a simple forward smash punish on the dash attack is a quick little stock there.
Yeah.
And Bulborbbob takes game one.
Yeah, looking at this again, you can see that the dash attack is not very safe, so just slice him right through.
It feels like that cross was trying to make it safe, though. But Bulborbbob was very disciplined in staying in shield that entire time, and it was perhaps a little bit too early of that dash attack. Otherwise, it would have trapped Bulborbbob in shield. He couldn't have launched towards him. So perhaps frames away. I like the game plan for Squid. We just need to execute a little bit better.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah, I mean, fighting Belmont is a test in patience, and especially in shield, right? It is a test of your discipline in holding shield, finding your defensive options, and finding the way to break out of the defense. And still, you know, I feel like right now Bulborbbob is getting the right options, figuring out what Squidplumber is doing, preparing for it, defending against it, and then punishing appropriately. That's really all it takes.
We're counterpicking the PS2 here, and even though it's the same layout, there could be a couple different things that you want to look out for. Squid might be doing it because of the counterpick on Steve mining, but more likely I think it's just because MDVA has played on PS2 hundreds of times.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, cool, this is my comfort pick. I know the platform size a little bit better. I know the angles at which I need to throw moves. For example, to get that Holy Fire to hit. So it seems like a comfort pick if anything.
Hold on, can we talk about the fact that Squid hasn't been touched yet? This is, you talk about comfort stage, and he's looking very comfortable all of a sudden.
All right, now we're going to eat 21-29, messing up the NIL ladders over here.
Yeah, Bob obviously having to like drop the combo just to get some more materials, just because Squidplumber had been very good at stuffing out any kind of mining, making it impossible basically in the first couple seconds of the game. So
Yeah,
it's tougher now.
the Steve evening up factor, yeah, these two are now neck and neck. Now could be a game plan of, can you get the first stock? Drawing first blood means you get to kind of control the gameplay a little bit more. You get to control the pace and the tempo. That's huge for Belmont. Steve can kind of just break the rules of the game a little bit in that regard, but if you're Squid, you want this first and foremost.
No iron either right now, so Bulborbbob really in an awkward position. This is going to be,
There
as
you go.
long as Squid executes, you can't get out of that spot.
Yep, that's what happens. I like that. It's a good way to kind of checkmate your situation there. You get it cruising. Even now, the resources are a little bit low. Because that iron and the stone are bulkier, you get the chance. But Belmont Whip goes through blocks, so if you can angle it well enough, you can create the pressure game you want to.
Right.
Squid's looking more comfortable.
Yeah, even with the flanking opportunities, like it feels like Squidplumber is still able to get the consistent Belmont edge guards. That is the name of the game, and that's what it's all about. But tries to get a reset, maybe potentially like a delayed down air.
Exactly.
I would love to see it. That down air up special is really classic for Squid.
All right, Cross just destroying minecart. Okay,
Yeah.
I feel like I should have seen that before, but I feel like I've never seen that.
It looks like when Cross is close up, it's a stronger hitbox, and then it'll destroy the card.
Yeah, that sounds like, is it like tapers off a little bit?
Yeah, exactly. But max distance, it doesn't even have that impact.
Squid drops here, but because you have triple-digit % of Bulborbbob, you're still doing pretty good. And more importantly, in the corner. Look at that stage presence, and the Belmont ledge trapping can go crazy. So as long as you just kind of hold what you want, and you got Holy Fire in hand, maybe you could get some magic happening here. Not quite, but still.
That was a panic option if I've ever seen one. Stuck against the wall against Steve, get me out, I need to
All right.
leave.
Holy Water Bear is not going to quite take it just here on Bulborbbob is now living at 144%. And we're slowly seeing Bob get some more footing on this stage. And as I say that, Squidplumber with the fair to send Bob all the way off stage.
Ooh, okay, smartly avoiding the anvil. You know, I mean, Squid had been really good at controlling center stage for a lot of this past few interactions. Finally, we get something off of it, the fade back there. I mean, that is a classic option. I mean, it feels like Squid has been going for that consistently enough, that retreating option that does give you a little bit less committal disjoint.
The
The crowd in the chat
Loving
just
that.
saying, boom,
Yeah,
boom,
they're
every
getting
time Squidplumber
5
hits
big
anything.
booms for Squidplumber over here, getting every big hit. You
We've
know how
got-
it is.
We've got two separate entourages in our crowd here. We've got the Bob crowd that's staying with me this weekend, actually. And
I'm sorry.
yeah. Fun fact about this weekend: Bob, Nova, Gabe, and Mochi have been staying at my place, like about
Nice.
20 minutes away. It's great.
That must be the most curse-friendliest rotation of all time.
Oh,
That sounds rough.
it is because
Right.
they're playing random dittos at 1:30 in the morning.
Okay, no. Random
In
dittos
double-
are high.
in
Those are
doubles.
high. Yeah,
With
no,
items.
No,
that's
Randubs
high.
is fun. No,
Randubs
Randubs
is
is
high,
high.
actually.
With
All right,
items.
all right.
It's
They
great.
get a pass. We're cool.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
Glad we're all agreed here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, still not going to get that off the up special. A lot of pressure here. Full stock up. Squidplumber looking like he's just ready to close it out. One interaction here on ledge is all it's going to take. Can you get out of the mix? No, you cannot. Back in the mix.
Only one stone left.
Back in the mix.
Resources. There
Ah,
you go.
do it again, baby.
Second time's the charm. This Squidplumber taking it with a down smash. That's going to be game 2, going to Squidplumber, evening up our score here.
Much different game. Again, it's probably the comfort of PS2 in a way. Maybe it's Squidplumber getting his bearings a bit. You know, you can kind of have to feel out game 1,
Yeah.
maybe even game 2 sometimes on your opponent, figure things out. So we're seeing some pretty good moves. It's a good back and forth. But we'll see how that game 3 goes.
Yeah, I mean, I think the smothering playstyle has been working for Squidplumber in that last game. I mean, you saw how few resources Bob had at the last interaction. Had almost nothing, and that's the tough part. It's like Squidplumber is able to completely dismantle any kind of like defensive options. The casual mining that you have to do when you're Steve. You have to do a couple interactions, then mine, then keep yourself going. Otherwise, you will find yourself running on empty.
We didn't see any of this either. We didn't see any of those like strong combos that end with an NIL that deal like 70 damage. Bulborbbob was operating from a deficit that entire time, and this is a character that wants to play defensively, and Bulborbob's playstyle appears to lend itself to that little bit of a passive, build a wall, force your opponent to react to it style.
Yeah, and that's, as we see that's already Squidplumber about 30 seconds in this game, already taking 91%. Bob over here knows those NAL combos down. I feel like of any Steve that is anywhere within that top 500 range, I feel like Bob is only like second to Susu when it comes to like tech skill.
Yeah. Whoa,
Is
careful.
that
That's
why
that's
people are saying they
Rockman
do a lot
slander,
constantly?
bro.
Yes.
Whoa,
Yes,
whoa.
that is exactly
Hop off
why.
Rockman real quick. I'm just kidding.
Hey,
Okay, I like that.
I love Bob though. That's great.
I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Squidplumber on the board here. We saw that a little bit of a rough percentage at the beginning, but sure enough, the movement is there. The adjustments are starting to be made. Squidplumber's just looking a lot better overall than game 1. Even though going back to the same stage, it's like that's not as much of a factor here as it is the personal and the player comfort.
Also, real talk, Bulborbob's air dodges out of the holding fire have been really bad. Like, it's been a couple times in a row where Bulborbbob is like air dodged in or air dodged out. Like, you just got to take that sometimes. Either save an directional air dodge up.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I like that.
Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about. The creativity for Squidplumber coming in. We're getting some crazy, quacky matchups. But I mean, hey, I'm cool with it. We're just trying to get anything to win these interactions in neutral because, yeah, you got gold tools. This is looking tough.
Okay,
And all the way down to
okay,
Spike, not
okay.
teched. Okay, now we get a full stock, and Squidplumber just hang out, do what he wants.
Kind of just resetting positions here as both players lost stock in that interaction. Okay, I guess that's my entire question.
That's just kind of how it is sometimes. I think I saw Squidplumber lose the jump there too, so he was kind of dead because he didn't air dodge.
Yeah.
But because Bulborbbob didn't know that, it's like, okay, cool. We shall go together, my friend.
Whoa! Off the block, too? It feels like Squidplumber's just breaking
Ooh,
out
okay.
1,000 IQ plays right now.
Bob has been reeling in his seat, too.
Oh!
Oh! That was a very firm statement in Squidplumber's
Check the
way.
player cam.
That was
lower left.
Ooh.
Watch that visceral reaction.
No, can we slow that down? Play that in slow-mo.
my God.
Apple, play that in slow-mo, please. I want to see that.
Reach for the sky, baby.
Okay.
All right, we're not going to get it, but still.
Reached all the way up there. That was
Immediately.
great.
That was beautiful.
That was...
Two completely different reactions from both players.
Right. And that's crazy because a lot of times, you know, an anvil will completely
Okay,
stuff
Yoshi
that
Cam,
out.
Yoshi
So
Cam,
difficult.
Yoshi Cam. For the fans.
For the fans.
That's
for the
us.
fans, for the
That's
fans.
us. Ah!
There we go. All right, running it back to Small Battlefield, where
Yeah.
we saw that on game 1. Now we're just kind of immediately setting up a trap here in order to gather some resources. I feel like I know exactly what we're about to be trying to do right now, but it seems like Bob is just kind of trying to run away, gather some bearings, because clearly not doing that from the very start is what's causing him to lose these interactions.
And what we're seeing here is a terrible song counter pick too. This is god awful.
true. No, you're right.
What do you mean?
not set the-
You don't like Pikmin music?
Do you think this sets the hype that we're about to see in Winners Finals? Do you think this really sets the tone for
Yes.
the people at home?
Yes.
I disagree.
Okay.
All right, well.
It
agree to
insists
disagree.
upon itself.
I'll
Okay,
agree
it
to
insists
disagree
upon
then.
itself.
I'll agree to
Alright,
disagree
alright.
then.
This is some like Coles-ass music.
Hey,
This is, you're sitting in the
Elevator.
elevator.
I'm in JC
Elevator
Penney right now.
music. Yeah,
Listening
that's
to
right.
this.
This is the JC Penney music. All right.
Okay. Sure.
Still, I'm wondering if like the natural predator to Belmont camping or edge guarding right now is just like planking on like off stage. I feel like that might be what Bulborbbob might find some leverage in,
It's
but
the-
we'll have to see.
Kryptonite to a lot of different characters, that's for sure. There's only so many things you can do.
What a
So-
combo. I'm really digging these up air confirms from Bob. All weekend long, it's been so sick.
But yet again, like look at the resources. We don't have too much to speak of, and of course that
Okay.
one
Who
minecart
are you
that we
hitting,
have nothing
Squidplumber?
left for.
I
Who was he
understand the idea. I feel like we were trying to like set up something with down air there, but the down air just never happened.
Yeah.
So you just kind of upbeat nothing.
I gotta give Squidplumber what for as much
Okay.
as I can. So.
Strong.
'Cause
We're
then you
going
find something like
fishing,
that.
baby!
Then you
Let's
find
do
something
it.
like that and you're good. You're cruising. You're doing well.
Did we catch a big one?
Oh, you're dead.
Okay.
the anvil stuck with the wall right there. It wasn't even going to hit in the right way to where you could tech that.
That's some Roadrunner stuff. He bonked into a wall that was fake, and then he got hit with an anvil.
Oh, but just like that, of course, you can't get the up smash. Bulborbbob still struggling to get anything here. Damage. We finally got something. Diamond Tool's going to help out. Nice spike. Now, okay.
What a combo.
Actually, crazy reverse, just like change of scenery, just going vertical on that.
Like, Bob is cooking up some spicy nonsense right here. I am here for it. Burn his house down.
Scab's advocating for arson here on the mic as we watch
Got
this
him.
game continue.
Depends on your main.
That is fair enough. Some people, I guess, deserve arson.
Arson!
There
That
you
too.
go.
There we go. We got the translation.
I play Joker.
You've saved
Steve
Yeah,
deserves
yeah, he
arson.
can say it.
Joker
He can say
deserves
it.
arson. That's how
This
it
is
works.
true. Yeah.
Okay. And just like that, we're back to a deficit. Squidplumber's still looking for more. I don't know. The grab on the holy water had a great idea. Can we? Yep, can't get anything off of it though.
Is it just me or it has like the unironically the music counterpick really worked out for Bob because the tempo that he's playing at,
That's what I'm
very
saying.
patient, very precise. Squid has not really been able to respond. Squid wants to turn the tempo up. He wants to play quickly, and so far Bob has been keeping this game on ice.
Sorry to sort of derail a little bit, but y'all know what a Bulborb is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, for Pikmin.
Okay, of course. So obviously the Pikmin music for Bulborbbob. Let's get it over.
But I'm saying,
yeah, great.
I'm not invested as much listening.
you're not invest.
I am in a Macy's right now listening to this.
No, I'm on the distant planet, like gazing up at the stars. How about that? The stars,
trying to look
on
at this
the
map.
lights on this thing. Yeah.
The spacing is so crucial here, obviously. You make one mistake, you get too close, Anvil hits you, you die.
There's some take.
Oh! But I mean 71, it would be tough. I don't know if you die from that at 71. Maybe.
Oh, Bob got stuck on the platform. That's unfortunate.
This is getting a little dicey, actually.
Yeah, it always is. This is late game with Steve.
Not a lot of resources right now on stage.
No iron at
either.
all.
No iron at all, so Anvil's not available, Minecart's not available.
Okay, has to be the Elytra. Okay, but we
Okay, what?
managed to mix it up. Still
Okay.
alive. 151.
Whoa, hey,
goes
where we
for the
going?
minecart.
Whoa.
No
Yeah.
way! No way! No way! No
Whoa.
way!
How did that not
Okay.
hit?
Okay.
Please.
This is getting down to the wire. People are getting very tense.
Oh,
out in the
okay.
audience.
Bob has not stopped to mine at all. He hasn't had any resources to make any kind of a comeback.
No
Can't do
iron
anything.
here.
Oh, with the backdoor mine.
We're going to back.
No,
Get
not
off
quite.
stage.
Take it back now, y'all.
Oh,
That's
that's it. Okay.
Oh, the flub at the end. Squidplumber taking
Yeah,
it
yeah,
3-1. That was absolutely drastic.
All
Very
right.
unfortunate for Bulborbbob not getting a single chance to mine, gather up those resources.
There was like a moment like halfway through the game where the resource count was pretty decent.
Yeah.
We had been able to get like in advantage state, send Squidplumber off stage and maybe forego like an edge guard in order to get more resources. But then they peter out because I think it's just
Get over here,
unsustainable. The
Yeah,
usage
come on,
of
Squid.
them is
Squid,
just
get over here.
unsustainable.
Squid just goes, I love KML, and I'm going to say it on the mic. So I think one of us is
Let's
getting
do it.
kicked off. Yeah, over here, Squid.
Squid wants to talk to me specifically. That's how that works.
Yeah, that's how that works.
That's how it works.
Here.
Yeah, talk to him
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah, tell me tell
you
my
got
full
it.
name
Yeah.
and my social
Yeah,
security
get
number
him.
and my
Get him,
Yeah,
Squid.
Scabs, that's my favorite commentator right there.
that's my dad.
crazy.
That's my
Damn.
dad, by the way.
That's my uncle.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, these are my uncles, by the way.
Okay,
right
so
here.
basically, no, I'm just like,
That's my
I
Uncle Nerf. It's
like
okay.
I don't even really know what to say. I don't know. I just was kind of just gonna. Am I allowed to say swear words? What am I allowed to not
Sure,
say?
sure.
Am I allowed
You
to say
get,
like
you
shit?
get like one.
Why are
Yeah,
you
a
dead?
single PG-13. Keep
Get
it
one.
real.
Then we kick you
That
off.
guy, Ben, right there, Let It Rain, in the awesome sweater, by the way, was giving me a lot of crap because he was one of the only people who ever beat me before the pandemic. I only went to 2 tournaments, but he eliminated me. And
only
then,
went to 2 tournaments.
and then I
Good
got my
jobs.
run back, and
Good
then he beat me again. So he gives me a lot of crap. I just want to say,
No, John.
I just want to say, hey, love you guys, love you.
Hey, you're doing some great work. You're doing
Yeah,
some great
I'm
work.
not gonna lie. Yeah. The glow up is real. One